So, I've recently played the network test of Elden Ring that released a few days ago. So, I think it might be one of the best games FromSoft has ever created. So, I'm genuinely very excited to play the full version, finished version of the game. And it was good for the most part, like the weapon variety, the world, the environment, weapon customization, and like many different areas, the verticality, the uh, exploration, where you can basically explore anything, like anything. In in previous Souls titles, you can basically get items or chests, but here you can basically pluck a flower or basically plants, grass, many things. You There are so many secrets in this world that it's like Skyrim level of uh, exploration, where you can do endless shit, like so many things. So that's really an FromSoft has gone way and beyond this, their limit in this game. They gone all out, I feel like. So it looks like From Software has combined all the good elements from the previous titles and made a fantastic combination, which made the combat very fun indeed, and interesting, especially magic, where it magic has been better than ever before. Like there's so many different uh, magic that I feel like I mostly play strength build in my first playthrough, but I feel like when the game releases officially, I'm gonna go with the faith build or uh, magic build, because there is so many interesting magic you can pull off through the characters, and their animation looks so beautiful, and that's where the problem is. That's where my biggest problem with this game is that magic is so good, it's way too OP, way too overpowered, way too powerful. Like you can basically cheese through the game with magic itself. Like, sure, there are some there's some hard encounters I faced, like the tree sentinels, like few of the bosses. I didn't really remember the name so much, but magic does so much damage to them. Like you can basically cheese the boss from very distant, and that's where the problem is, that magic is so good and so powerful that it's actually broken. Like it made the game difficulty a big joke, and this is my biggest issue with this game, biggest issue with this FromSoft game, because I have no problem with casual game like easy difficulty, but I don't want easy game from Prof Software, because they made their game difficult. And one of the main reasons I love their game so much is because of the overcoming the challenge, the sense of accomplishment, the sense of thrill, like fearing the environment, the sense of fear, mystery. I love their game because of the uh, not difficult, not hard, but challenging encounters. So if FromSoft made this game easy, no matter how good the rest of the game is, it doesn't have the charm of the other Soul games if they made this game easier. So, and I know that I can't judge a total game with just a network test, but there are some, like, I know that in previous FromSoft games there were no maps, there are no markers, but it's all there in this game. And I don't have any problem with that because the map is very big. Other FromSoft games did not have that big of a map, so it made no sense for them to have like a map. But you know what I mean. But in this game, the area is so big that you need to have a map. You need to have a fast travel. Like, imagine Skyrim without a map. It will be tedious. So I don't have problem with this, but as long as it doesn't affect the difficulty. Like, I I don't want. Don't get me wrong. I don't want the game to be mind-numbingly difficult, like some uh, un, early 80s or 90s games where it was difficult and unfair. I want challenge but fair counter. But if the challenge is a joke, it's not difficult. If you I can cheese through the main bosses through magic, then there is no sense of fighting those bosses. And that's where the problem is, because it made the game it may, if the boss are not hard, I won't find them terrifying. The game is already so colorful. Like, it is the, if you have seen the trailer, it is the most colorful game in all the From Software game. It's the only game that really comes close is Dark Souls 2, because Dark Souls 2 is the second most colorful game, most colorful Dark Souls game. But it is the most colorful game. Like, Elden Ring is the one of the most colorful game, so vibrant. So if I have, one of the main reason I love the FromSoft game is that I fear them. I fear every encounter. I fear the bosses. I respect that. Made me respect all the bosses, because they can literally kill you any moment. They can uh, kick your ass multiple times. But if the game is way too vibrant and if the boss is not hard, then how can I respect them? Yes, you can say that I can respect the animation, the uh, different colorfulness, different moveset, but if you make me so much overpowered, then those powerful magic system, those powerful attack animations of the bosses, I can easily avoid it. Like, there are some magic that are extremely cheesable. Like, you don't need even have to fight the bosses to kill the bosses, because of the magic is so strong. And this is my problem, because one of the main reasons I love the Souls game is that how weak you are. Even in Bloodborne, even in Sekiro, you are weak. Everyone is stronger than you, faster than you. You have to overcome the challenges. You have to get to the top. You have to work. But in this game, that the problem is you have you have given too many of abilities and too much of, like, powers that you're already overpowered. Sure, you can say that my HP is very low, but my attack also do so much damage. Like, if you see those encounters, if you parry a guy, they take so much damage. If you backstab, if you stagger someone, then attack them, they take so much damage. I'm talking about a boss, not even the normal enemies. Like, for an example, you can have normal enemies easier. Like, I don't have problem. Like Dark Souls 3, my favorite FromSoft game. It has normal and easy normal enemies. Like Dark Souls 1 normal enemies are way stronger than Dark Souls 3. Like, for an example, Pinwheel in Dark Souls 1 was, but Pinwheel in Dark Souls 3 was being nerfed so badly. I didn't have that much problem because they are normal enemies. I don't care. What I loved about Dark Souls 3 is amazing bosses like dancers, like Nameless King, the Gale, Friede, so many, Lorien and Lothric. So I don't have problem with game having like having the easy normal mobs. But what I do have a problem is that it having easier bosses. That's the most disappointing thing. And I'm not trying to diss the game for it right now. It's not fair to criticize the game for test runs. And sure, you can make an argument that test runs are always been easy because it is just for testing. It's not for playing it fully. So they made you buff so much and just testing how is polished it is. That's that's true. So I don't have any other issues with the game, but I'm I am hoping that they would ramp up the difficulty in the finished product, because let's be honest, the from what I've seen, from what I played from this game, like it was easy. It was very easy compared to other games. So I'm a bit worried that uh, they bit they casualized the game. Like I don't have problem with casuals. Okay, some people take the word casual as an offensive. No, it is not an offensive. Being a casual gamer is not an insult. If you are a casual gamer, that's okay. Not everyone has time to play games. Not everyone has to be hardcore. So I don't have problem with casual playing the game. What I do have problem is that FromSoft always compromised the casual demographic with hardcore demographic. Like they always catered their games toward hardcore gamers. Not entirely hardcore, but you get the point. Not mainstream. FromSoft was never been a mainstream, and I don't have problem with having some elements tweaked a little bit to make the game more accessible. But I don't want the combat to change because difficulty to change because of it. Like for an example, in Dark Souls 3 there was no armor upgrade. So there are many decisions made Dark Souls 3 are very streamlined, straightforward compared to Dark Souls 1. That's totally fine because the overall difficulty of the bosses, like some encounters in DLC was very hard. Like you can make the system very easy to understand, very easy to learn. You don't have to be a complicated system, but you can't make I don't want you to make the encounter easy, because that's not your game is, and that's not what it should be. Because FromSoft has never compromised the difficulty system because some journalist or some moron idiots on the internet crying for easy mode. FromSoft has always made the game finely tuned with their difficulty, which is hard for normal casual players, but they have a dedicated hardcore fan base. You can't just betray them. So I'm a bit worried about the game. I think the game looks good. Everything was top class, but this is my take. So thank you for watching. I hope the game is ramp up the difficulty in like in finished product. I hoping that would be the case. So hoping for the best.